In today's episode, you will learn how creating your own holiday traditions will restore your 2S LGBTQIA plus identity with pride. Hey, this is Steph, and welcome to the Together Moving Forward podcast. Podcast helping 2S LGBTQIA plus people embrace self-love and self-respect so you can celebrate yourself with pride. By the end of this episode, you'll walk away with practical ways to create new holiday traditions that honor your 2S LGBTQIA plus identity and reinforce your pride, supportive insights from diverse queer voices on navigating triggers, expectations, and emotional boundaries, and empowering strategies to reclaim the season on your terms without guilt, shame, or pressure to perform. Today's conversation is about learning how to build holidays that feel safe, affirming, and meaningful for you because you deserve celebrations that reflect your truth. Hello again, I'm Steph Vachon, and I'm a human being. Welcome back to the Together Moving Forward podcast. Embrace your 2S LGBTQIA plus identity with pride through self-love. No matter where you stand in the 2S LGBTQIA plus spectrum, we are all connected. And if you struggle to fully love and respect yourself, you're not alone. And this podcast is here to help you. As someone who has navigated my own journey of self-acceptance as a queer, I know the power of hearing voices that reflect our own experiences. In this podcast, you'll hear real stories and conversations that leave you with practical tools, fresh perspectives, and the confidence to embrace who you are with pride. To start, I need to say that I'm not a psychologist, a specialist, or someone with a college degree. I'm just a regular guy here to share with all of you and support each other. I won't tell anyone how to do things or what to do. I'll share my journey, and we will all share journeys together. We'll learn from each other how to move forward. The holidays, the most wonderful time of the year. Everybody's gathering together, having a wonderful time, family reunions, exchanging gifts, laughter. Sorry, not for me. The holidays are still triggering so much for me. They remind me of little Steph having to fake a smile, happiness and well-being in front of everyone, attending family reunions, holiday parties. For me, this was a time of pretending that everything was okay in front of people. Of course, we all had to look happy. I had to look happy. This is what I learned growing up. No matter what, you have to shut up and pretend everything is great. Fake it with a big smile and attend all reunions no matter what. I had to pretend happiness in a toxic and abusive environment. And don't you dare say a word about what's going on, how unhappy and unworthy you feel, and the impact it has on me, because it's all untrue. You make it all up. Just ignore, as I was told and taught. I had to spend the holidays with people that either did not have a clue of what was happening to me, because we were all so good at pretending happiness, or people that made the conscious choice to ignore it and not wanting to talk about it or to deal with it. And of course, the bullies. The holidays remind me how lonely and unworthy I felt, surrounded by all those people who said they loved me and were the only one that would always be there for me. How guilty I felt if I did not show up and play the part, because of course, it would be my fault no matter what. And I would be so selfish and the mean one again. And adding to this later on, I got so tired of seeing other people showing up with their partners, having the right to get married, having kids, and building families when I was not allowed to, even though this was one of my biggest dreams from being a kid. Again, I had to be so happy for everybody else. But how about me? Nobody ever thought about me in all of this. How did that make me feel? Always seeing everybody else having the right to have the life they were allowed to have, but not me. So when I stopped showing up at those reunions and started putting my own boundaries, of course, I was again the mean, selfish person. No one ever asked me why. Of course not. I was already the guilty one, no matter what I did or said. Funny how everyone else knows so much better than me what is really going on with me and how I should feel and act with all of this. How selfish of me, right? I was also told to never inform my grandmother about being who I am as a human being, about being gay. She could never take that. That would kill her. Funny how I now was responsible for my grandma's life because I was finally just being me, nothing more. So one holiday, after feeling guilty about not showing up for quite some time and being told about it constantly, I made the stupid choice to go and be there. And then, as a welcome, I got, "What are you doing here?" So, going or not going, I was still guilty. Anyway. But again, of course, don't ask me why and how I'm doing. Finally, for many years, I had resolved the problem. I would make sure that I would be away on a trip, on vacation, away from home. So that would be the perfect excuse. There was nothing like being on a fabulous beach where it's all hot on Christmas Day, away from all of this. That way, it was like the holidays never happened. It was great. Hearing Christmas music in advance made me happy because it reminded me of leaving on a wonderful trip away from home. I would just leave before Christmas and get back home after New Year's Eve. It was perfect. Time has gone by, things are much different now, but still triggering me every year. Our son asks weeks in advance to start watching holiday movies and listen to Christmas music. At first, when he asks, I just want to feel like saying no. But then, of course, I look in his eyes and the joy it brings him warms my heart. I learned to create my own holidays with my husband and our son, with the people we love, our chosen family. And I have to say that my in laws are incredible with us, and our son really involved in his life and ours. Grandma decorates so wonderfully and makes sure that our son will have so many wonderful memories. And my husband decorates our home and keeps our own traditions alive every year. We go to the dollar store to get lots of things to make our own Christmas decorations that we send by mail with our Christmas cards to people we love and who are important to us in our lives. For us, this is the spirit of the holidays and such a wonderful way to create memories for our son and teach him the real meaning of the holidays. For me, the holidays are now through my son's eyes. When I want to feel down about it, I look at him and how we try to make it magical for him. And that makes me feel so much better. By giving someone else what I did not receive, it helps me so much through the holidays. I want to make sure that our son has what I did not have, but that is not just during the holidays. I want to make sure we give him the stability, the love, and the safe space all year long, every day. For this episode, I asked friends and past guests of the podcast to record a brief audio about what the holidays mean to them, how they personally navigate this time of the year, if they have any advice for people who find the holidays difficult, and how they turn this season into something positive for themselves. I was really surprised with the only few responses I got and how triggering it is not just for me, but for so many of us. So that proved to me even more why I had to do this episode about the holidays. It is by talking about it, sharing about it, that we will all help each other go through the holidays and make it our own, to make it happy as possible. You deserve it. We all deserve it. It doesn't have to be like in the TV commercials or movies with heterosexual couples and families, right? Not at all. So here are a few audios I received from some amazing people. I want to start with Laura's audio. First, because I simply love her so much, and I'm so happy this podcast gave me the opportunity to reconnect with her after so many years. You really want people like her in your life. Laura has been one of my first guests on the podcast, episode 3, and was recently back with her spouse, Marianne, with 2 back to back episodes, 29 and 30. If you have not listened to her yet, please do. She is an incredible person, and it is in big part because of her encouragement and support that I'm still doing this podcast. I am so grateful for having her by my side and back in my life. Even though this was really hard for her talking about the holidays, I'm so proud of her for doing so. This is how we grow, by being authentic to ourselves and sharing with others. She kept saying, "Why are you doing this to me?" And I just said, "This is exactly why I'm doing this to you. Just say the truth, be yourself, and you will help someone by sharing what you have to say." Let's listen to her right now.
I'm in the dining room where I will be hosting a Thanksgiving feast. I love this holiday. We do a totally family-free Thanksgiving with people who are near and dear to us. I've had a triggering message about holidays from, of all people, my favorite podcast host. Oh, wow. Holidays used to suck. I hated them. I thought the people on the commercials in the movies were pretending because I just couldn't imagine wanting to be where I was. I didn't even want to think about the message, let alone record what he asked me to do. But this is why I have to do it, because just the thought of what holidays were like when I was a child reminds me of how lucky I am that I was able to recreate my life and have wonderful people in it who let me be me and love me for who I am. And I can't wait now for Thanksgiving. I've had more than half my life now of being free and doing holidays my own way. And I am so happy that I can say this now. It can get better. You can reinvent yourself. You can reinvent your holidays. You can make it great.
There you go, Laura. Wasn't that great? On episode 10, I had the pleasure to welcome Alan, a Berlin-based novelist, then practitioner, figure skater, and a 2S LGBTQIA+ activist whose life story blends love, loss, and transformation. I invite you to listen to this amazing interview. For now, let's hear what he is sharing with us about the holidays.
Let's just say I've seen lots of holidays over the years, and what I've learned is do something for yourself. You may have other pressures on you. Find something that you want to celebrate in yourself, with your friends, and the people who truly love and care for you. And even if you feel like you're alone at this moment, find something that you just can do to make yourself feel like you care about yourself. That's the thing to do for the holidays. I hope this helps.
Of course, yes, it does. Thank you, Alan. Now let's hear from Billy McBride, who was my guest on the podcast in episode 18 If you have not listened to her yet, please do so. She has so much to offer, and I'm grateful we crossed each other's path. Yes, Billy, make it your own traditions, and it's all up to you.
Hello, Steph. Happy holidays. The holidays mean to me a gathering of chosen family and friends. I have always enjoyed the holidays. I personally navigate them through food and decoration. I enjoy everything that's festive and decorative about the holidays. But my advice, if you find the holiday difficult, any holiday, make it your own. You can ignore it. You can choose a pastime or an activity to do. You can also make your own traditions. Nothing is written in stone. Do your own thing. And know that you can turn something not so nice into something really great, but it can take time. And this is the important thing. I have had Christmases where my parents have fought. The Christmas tree has been thrown down. I remember those times, but I don't live there. I live in the holidays I make for myself, and you do the best you can. Remember, it's all up to you, and you are loved, even though the situation you may be in may not be the greatest. Time will take care of it. Stay positive. Remember, love yourself first.
There you go. Now let's listen to McQuaid Angel, who was my guest on the podcast on episode 25 with an incredible interview. I have to say that Angel is one of my best helper and supporter with the podcast, always sharing, promoting, and helping to spread the word of love. Thank you so much, Angel, and a very special holiday to you. And yes, as you say, it's all about love.
For me, the holidays have always been super special. Me and my family always used to open presents around Christmas and like just we would cook a lot of food and eat. So nowadays what I do with my friends, we kind of change it up a little bit, but instead of giving each other presents, we may like craft or do DIY stuff or maybe cook, but we normally stay festive or we just do stuff to feel communal or feel together. Even during like Indigenous Peoples Day, we celebrate it together. We still eat, but we probably eat and give thanks and just still share the love because even though the name could have been tainted in a certain way, the tradition and the holiday and the enthusiasm behind it is still there. So I believe that's the best way I celebrate the holidays. And Halloween is my absolute favorite because dressing up or, getting a chance to just be weird or spooky, that's absolutely amazing. So the best thing I do for the holidays is just spend time with my family, my friends, my animals, because it's all about love. It's more about love than it is about gifts or exchange or who has this or who has that. It's all about being together and being communal.
Next is Sam Leeson. We had the pleasure to exchange microphones and be on each other's podcast. What an amazing first experience. This was my first time ever being interviewed on the podcast. Sam was with me on episode 24, and what an amazing work she's doing with future parents of our community. You can also listen to my episode on her podcast, Becoming Baby Ready, episode of November 6th, where I share our adventure with our son's adoption and being a dad. When you hear Sam's comforting voice, I know her suggestions will resonate so much with you.
For me, the holiday season is a time of quiet reflection. It's a time where I look back at the year that's passed, the good, the bad, and the in-between, and contemplate how to make next year better. I make sure to surround myself with people that I love and that I know love me. And we spend time truly connecting throughout the holiday season when other parts of our lives have slowed down. I know that it's an extremely difficult time of year for many people. And if you resonate more with it being difficult than wonderful, then I encourage you to pause and reflect and spend time one-on-one with people who truly feed your soul and who build you up and help you see value in the world around you. That's the gift that you give yourself, and that's important more than anything else.
I had the pleasure to meet in person and have Ian on the podcast on episode 15 with such an authentic and heartfelt conversation. Ian is the kind of person you just want to hug and have as a friend even before you meet or talk to him. I can't wait to meet him again and spend more time to get to know each other more. Let's hear what he had to say about the holidays.
Hi everyone, bonjour à tous. It's Ian Katindig, Season 2 guest of the Together Moving Forward podcast. The holidays are rolling around, and I know that it's a tough time for many of us in the community. Something that's helped me to navigate through the holidays was to provide it with personal purpose. And what personal purpose is up to you. For me, it is providing my time and resources to those who are in need. So it can be from serving food to teaching dance. It could also be just providing company to those who are less fortunate. It's allowed me to still share in the holiday spirit with others, but it's also given me a bit of fulfillment as well. Whatever you decide to do for the holidays, I hope you have fun. I hope you stay safe. And remember that you're not alone. We stand with you. Happy holidays.
And for my last one, with a future guest, Kimberly, that I can't wait to have on the podcast in 2026. Yes, Kim, as you explained so well in your own kind words, the holidays can be a time to help others in need, listen to other life stories, and give yourself some love.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Hadley of the Federation of Gay Games Officer of Sport. I just wanted to talk to you about a few things and why the holidays are important for me to reconnect and connect with friends and family. I take this time of year where I reflect on who and what's important in my life. My advice for people who find the holidays difficult, well, remember that we've been put on this earth to do great things. We often have to navigate the holidays alone, but that's a choice that we make. If you don't have close friends or family, you can spend some time with others in need. Volunteer to serve a meal at a homeless shelter. Take the time to listen and actually hear what other people have to tell you about their life stories. And reach out if you yourself are in need. And that's really important. I take the time at this time of year to remember that even though my family wrote me off over 25 plus years ago for being gay, they don't deserve to have me in their lives. I focus on what I'm trying to do to make the world more inclusive and accepting, and that's become a massive part of my everyday. It's important for me to stand up for others, especially those that don't have the strength or the opportunities to do so themselves. To be able to help give them an opportunity to live a true life is critical to me. Happy holidays. Do what you can to keep yourself sane. It's a crazy time out there for more reasons than one. Take care. Love you.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you guys so much for sending your voice recording and sharing what the holidays mean to you. Your words bring comfort, and I know they'll resonate with so many others. Remember, you can create your own holidays and not the one from the TV or movies. It's all up to you. Make them yours, reflect on the past year, and shape a beautiful new one for yourself. I'm always looking for inspiring guests for the podcast. I'd love to have you or someone you know share your journey with pride. The world needs your story. It has the power to change lives, and your voice really matters. Please reach out and send me an email today. It's already time to say au revoir just for now. So please join me every Monday and Thursday for a brand new episode of the Together Moving Forward podcast and learn how to embrace your 2S LGBTQIA+ identity with confidence and pride. If you enjoy this podcast, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode on how to love and respect yourself. And if you found this episode useful, share it with a friend or someone you know in our 2S LGBTQIA+ community so you can help them embrace self-love. It might seem like a small gesture, but it truly makes a huge difference. Wherever you are from in the world, we are all connected. Remember, solidarity beats hate. The more we unite, the stronger we become. Because at the end of the day, we are all equally human and we all deserve the same rights. One last thing before I go. Put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. You and me together. I choose to focus on what makes me happy. Yes, I choose to focus on what makes me happy, and especially during those holidays. From shame, guilt, silence, and rejection to pride, freedom, healing, and love. Together, we are moving forward. Thank you for spending this time with me today and for walking this path of growth and compassion together. I truly appreciate it. See you real soon. Ciao. Subscribe now and share to uplift, empower, and make a real difference in our community.